This is unbelievable, my friend. Just one day after their dramatic victory over the Cowboys, the Eagles are about to make a move so bold it could completely change the Super Bowl race. We're talking about a signing no one imagined, but one that's already becoming the #1 talking point in the NFL. I've got exclusive behind-the-scenes information that shows what Howie Roseman is showing to turn this season into an absolute favorite. But before I reveal everything, if you truly believe in the Eagles, like and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to tell you now could be the turning point of the season. After a hard-fought 24-20 victory over the Dallas Cowboys, Howie Roseman, the fearless general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles, wasted no time. He knows that while the season has fared well, the pursuit of a Super Bowl title is still far from guaranteed. And it was with the signing of Zidarius Smith, a Pro Bowl winning edge rusher, that Roseman showed his ambition knows no bounds. Smith arrives to fill a critical void in the Eagles' defense, especially at a position that requires more leadership and pass rush experience. But this move isn't the end. Strategically, Roseman has begun to plot his next move. While Smith will improve the pressure on opposing quarterbacks, the secondary is still adrift. Adoree Jackson, despite being a strong prospect, hasn't been consistent in covering passes in crucial moments. His underwhelming performance has been a point of concern, and the defensive hole needs to be filled quickly. Could the solution lie in another bold signing? Speculation is already running high. Asante Samuel Jr.'s name is beginning to gain traction among fans and experts. The veteran, who spent his final years with the Los Angeles Chargers, brings valuable experience to the Eagles' secondary. His pass-covering ability and his ability to intercept opposing passes are exactly what Roseman needs to complete the puzzle. However, there is a big question mark. Samuel has a recent history of injuries, particularly to his shoulder, which slowed him down for much of last season. The crucial question is it worth taking a risk on another veteran with a history of injuries, or is it better to rely on young prospects? This is where the pressure on Roseman increases. He has no time to waste. Every effort must be made with precision and courage. The Eagles need more than just a reinforcement. They need players who fit perfectly into the team and bring the experience needed to win decisive games. Kaylee Ringo, a promising young defensive player, could be an alternative, but will he be ready for the challenge? His inexperience could be a liability in decisive moments, especially against the league's most powerful offenses. Therefore, the question remains: sign a veteran and take a risk, or bet on the future with homegrown youngsters? Roseman is not one to sit still, and he knows that to keep a team competitive at the highest level, he needs to act quickly. More names may emerge in the coming weeks as time prepares for an increasingly competitive future. The goal is clear. It's not just about being good, but about being unbeatable. Every signing and project decision will have an impact. Direct impact on the fate of time. With so many possibilities on the horizon, Eagles fans are on edge. What will come next? The hope is that Roseman will continue his Any mistake could be fatal, but the right one could change history. Will the next signing be the one needed to transform the Eagles into the most feared team in the NFL? The NFC rivalry is increasingly fierce, and the Super Bowl is closer than ever. And if Howie Roseman has already shown boldness in the market with Zidarius Smith, the next step is to look ahead, because even the 2026 draft is starting to gain ground in conversations about Philadelphia's future. With the 2025 season just beginning, Philadelphia Eagles fans' attention is already turning to the future, and the 2026 draft is beginning to take shape. With a promising 1-0 start, Howie Roseman's team is focused on more than just reaching the top again. The question on experts' minds is, how can the Eagles strengthen their roster to secure another Super Bowl title and continue dominating the NFL for years to come? Bleacher Report's scouting department has announced a crucial point for the coming months: the tight end position. While Dallas Goedert's reliability has been proven, the truth is that his contract situation and the aging position are starting to become a concern. Goedert's contract runs through the end of next season, and the possibility of losing a player of his quality would be a severe blow to the team. The solution could come directly from the 2026 draft, and the name gaining traction is Jack Endries, the young tight end from Texas, who is attracting the attention of scouts and analysts with his impressive performance. Endries, a rising talent, has already proven himself to be a playmaker. In his last game, he recorded 2 receptions for 52 yards and 2 touchdowns, a performance that further increased the prospect's value. His ability to make plays after the catch, combined with his agility and vision, makes him one of the most interesting options for the Eagles, should they decide to invest in the 2026 draft. He's the type of player who can contribute not only in the passing game, but also on crucial plays, complementing the team's already high-scoring offense. The question question now is, how would Jack Endries fit into the Eagles' system? Known for their quick passing game and ability to maximize the use of tight ends, the Eagles have a style of play that favors versatile players like Endries. He could offer the flexibility Philadelphia's offense needs to become even more unpredictable. Furthermore, his ability to break free and create plays after the catch could improve the Eagles' performance on third down situations and in decisive moments. However, it's still too early to determine whether the Eagles will actually pursue a tight end in the 2026 draft, but the Eagles' moves in recent seasons indicate that they are increasingly focused on building a foundation of young talent alongside high-level veterans. What's certain is that the arrival of a player like Endries could add another key piece to the Eagles' lineup in their relentless pursuit of another title. In the meantime, fans can prepare for another season full of strategic moves and possibly another significant addition to the roster. What's next? Will the Eagles take a risk and gamble on a promising prospect, or will they continue to bank on Goedert's experience for a while longer? Expectations are high, and the coming months will show that Philadelphia is ready to take another big step toward the future. But there's no point in just thinking about what's ahead if the problems of the present continue to attract attention, and the biggest headache after Week 1 has a very clear name and position. The 2025 season is just beginning, but the Philadelphia Eagles are already under pressure in several areas, especially the secondary. Cornerback Adoree Jackson, a former first-round pick, was one of the most anticipated acquisitions during the offseason, but his debut was a nightmare. Allowing 5 receptions for 103 yards in his first game, Jackson delivered a subpar performance and immediately raised concerns among fans and analysts. What seemed like a solid addition to the Eagles' defense, a critical position for the season, became a thorn in their side. The problem wasn't just Jackson's subpar performance, but the impact it had on the secondary as a whole. Philadelphia, which has historically been one of the NFL's most robust defenses, saw its defensive line exposed at one of its most important positions. Jackson's inconsistent performance raised a red flag not only for fans, but also for decision-makers on the coaching staff. With expectations high for the season, especially with the Super Bowl title defense in mind, the pressure on Jackson has increased. To complicate matters further, the team has a group of young cornerbacks, including Keely Ringo and Mac McWilliams, who have yet to demonstrate their readiness for the rigors of the NFL. At such a critical position, inexperience can be fatal. The question now is, can the Eagles afford to rely on the untapped talent of these youngsters? Or should they seek alternatives to ensure the solidity of the defense? Given Jackson's initial failure, names like Jacorian Bennett, who was acquired from the Las Vegas Raiders, have begun to emerge as options to replace the cornerback. Bennett brings with him a more solid track record and could be a more reliable solution for the secondary if Jackson fails to return later in the season. But mid-season starting changes always carry risks, especially for a defense that needs stability and chemistry to operate at a high level. The reality is that the Eagles' secondary may be the weakest part of the defense this season. With the pressure to retain the title and continue the Super Bowl race, any slip-up in this area could jeopardize Tempo's chances. The coaching staff must quickly decide what to do with Jackson and whether he's up to expectations or if Tempo should pursue more reliable alternatives. Will the veteran recover in time, or will the Eagles need to make another bold move to strengthen the secondary and ensure Tempo is at his best for the decisive games? In the upcoming games, the eyes will be exclusively on Jackson and the younger group of cornerbacks to see if they can handle the pressure and maintain their highest level of performance. The latter, one of the most critical areas of the defense, is now a major concern. With so many options open and so many important decisions to come, the Eagles' immediate future hangs in the balance. The coming weeks will undoubtedly be crucial for determining the tempo and determining whether the Eagles have what it takes to continue their quest for another Super Bowl. With so many moves and challenges ahead, will Howie Roseman be able to further strengthen the Eagles' defense and find the right balance to make it to the Super Bowl, considering the need for pass rush reinforcements, the search for a tight end in the draft, and the instability at cornerback? Leave your opinion here, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.